today. He was like, "Since when is six chicken wings $16?"
Yeah,
What?
dude.
I just don't order chicken wings at restaurants anymore because it's just like I'm not doing this.
Yeah,
We've had this conversation before at a bar, me, you, and Lewis, and we were just like, we have to start saying no to some of this stuff
right.
because no, I'm not paying you $22 for 10 chicken wings. I'm just not.
Right.
There's no way your teriyaki sauce is that good. I'm not doing it. I'm just not participating in this.
Because you use the same one we
Welcome
buy at the
to
store.
Out the Trunk with Jordan and Darius. My name is Darius. That's D's all up in your area on all socials.
And I'm Jordan. That's Jordan be writing on all socials.
Is our segment we call What's on Our Mind, where we let you guys know what's on our mind, what we've been seeing on the internet, things we've been thinking about. Again, still working on a better name. Let
Right.
me start off the top. Have podcasts made any group of people more unlikable than professional athletes?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say black people.
I
I thought you
just
were going somewhere totally different.
I need them to stop doing them. I actually don't want to hear their thoughts on things. I just want to watch you play basketball.
You know, it's crazy because like 3, 4 years ago, I would have said I would have disagreed with you, but now I'm like, it's making me hate my heroes. Like I'm like literally, it's like Cam Newton, bro. I'm from North Carolina, I grew up in North Carolina. He's a few years older than me, so like as a 17-year-old, watching him do what he was doing in Charlotte, he was like a god to us, and watching him interview hookers and pretending to be charmed by them is just it's hard, man. It's hard to watch. It is.
It,
It is. I mean, and he's very funny, and like it's not even just about him. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you know, like even like the whole like the athlete thing, like especially NBA players, like a lot of former NBA players, they all have podcasts, and it's like Shaq can have a podcast. You know what I'm saying? D Wade can have a podcast. LeBron can
we
have a podcast.
we actually
Some of these
don't need to
guys.
hear what Rashad McCants has to say
No,
about
we don't.
things.
We don't. We don't. We don't. And he's actually really when he's just talking about X's and O's in the sport of basketball, he's pretty good. But it's like when you get into the acting like you were like him post 2005 is nuts, or you know what I'm saying, or like dudes who were like made a few All-Star teams talk like they were Hall of Famers when a Hall of Famer walked in the room, you'd have to sit down and shut the fuck up because you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't be able to pop that shit like that.
And then like this new
Yeah, it's
trend,
just it's getting hard to
which
watch.
I'm sure it's curated by
Pat Bev got to be stopped. Pat Bev must be
uh
stopped.
yeah, in this new trend, which I'm sure is curated by the algorithm of these dudes like trying to convince us that tens of millions of dollars is not a lot of money is just why I just
And they're
always
all
want to
saying the
know.
same exact thing too.
First of all, who is this content for? Who wants to
I don't
sit
know.
around and watch Rich
I
Josh
think that's the
complain about
problem.
taxes?
I think that's the problem. I think they don't know, understand, or haven't thought about like who their demo is. Because like, one, there's nothing we can do about it. Two, if you gave me 100 million bucks, I don't think I'd fumble it. And three, everybody has taxes, man.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, I get so
why
sick.
do they think that it's just? They're like, no, but you don't get it because it's not really 100 million. It's 50 million after taxes. It's like, cool. So our 100,000 or $50,000 we make per year, whatever you're making per year, you take out the like we all
It's
still
like
have to
they
do
think
that.
we all see our gross checks, and it's just
Yeah,
them that pay
right.
taxes.
It's just
Or
them.
it's like, no, man, we got taxes and we got insurance and it's deductions. Like you don't see the whole
Yeah.
money, and I'm like, that's everybody.
Nobody sees the whole money unless you're, committing fraud. I don't get that. We talked about this a few weeks, like maybe like last week on Twitter. I think because a lot of them didn't grow up like having jobs,
Yeah,
like when they were in high school, because their job was AAU pretty much and getting their family out the situation they were in, which I do understand, and that's a lot of pressure and shit. So I totally get that. And the hang around thing and how do you say no to your family? That's hard. I understand that. But it's also like, I think they never got paychecks before. I think that was literally their first paychecks. So they literally don't have never seen a pay stub before. So they've never seen like gross income, net income, Social Security, all that. Like they truly thought. I think they really thought that, which is weird because then the NBA they have the rookie symposium and they tell you like, hey, don't go broke, and this is how you don't go broke, and all that stuff. I don't really get it.
my
You
favorite
also have
thing is that
access to the
defenses of
best advisors in the
athletes.
world.
even the people like pro athlete people who defend them, the defense is they're stupid. You're like, well, you got to understand they haven't seen a paycheck until they're 25, and they don't understand how things work. And it's like that's your defense is that they're actually really stupid.
I mean, have you heard some of these guys string sentences together?
Yeah.
Have you heard them talk? I mean,
Yeah, it's just either the defenses of athletes blowing money are like you don't understand they're stupid, or like they just sound like
yeah.
racist as hell. Like, no, you don't understand they got to take care of Pookie, and they grew up in the
And man,
projects,
man,
and I'm like, I don't think that's really true anymore. I think you're just ascribing stereotypes to
right,
them, not you, the royal you. And it's
right, right,
like,
right.
I just don't. I wonder who it's for.
Yeah,
I don't under like they're trying to garner sympathy from people.
right,
It's people. I think it was Lou Williams who said 5 million. It's people who that's their lifetime earnings. Um,
right.
and they don't go bankrupt.
Yeah,
And you got that. It- I just don't. People will be like, "Well, they got all that money when they were young." Okay, cool. I was bad with money when I was young too. I get that,
right.
but that's more money than people earn in a lifetime. So it still
Hmm.
doesn't make sense that just stop talking. I don't care. That's what the group chat is for.
Yeah.
Like,
And the problem is,
like
right. And the problem is, it's like, you're only going to play for max like 15 years for the most part. You know what I mean? Right. So, okay. You can't keep spending like this if you're going to only play for 15 years, if you're only going to make that much money for 15 years. Like around year 6 or 7, you should be like, oh man, my career's like halfway over. I probably should chill out with the spending and cut back and maybe look into some investments and all that sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like it just gets to a point. Like to your point about them being stupid. Like I was, there was a segment on the arena show. It's not really Gilbert's podcast anymore. That he sold his shit. Now he's not even on it. Crazy, but they're talking about you see the Time article with LeBron on the cover. He
I
he was
saw it. I
named
didn't read
the
it though.
the most influential athlete of the decade. Uh, sorry, century of the century, and this century rather. And so they were like, Rashad was like, he's been more impactful than like Kobe and Michael Jordan. They're like, no, this century, like, and he's like, but over the last 100 years, they're like, no, 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 like this century, like from 2000 on to 2026, like, you know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my God.
And they're
It's
like, but he's like, in the last 10 years, Steph's been more influential. They're like, but no, 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 a century is 100 years.
the AJ Jabanza was on Gilbert Arenas' podcast, and he had to explain
Yeah,
to Gilbert Arenas that Utah is a state and Salt Lake City is a city. And he
in
was
this
like,
state.
yeah, he was like,
Oh, I missed that. I missed that.
he was just like, he was like, I'm not really, I just went to college there, but like, I'm not really from there. And like, it's a
Mhm.
city. He was like, no, it's a state. He's like, No, it's Utah is a state. And
Yeah.
Salt Lake City is, and he just didn't understand it. My favorite rebuttal was some guy, he responded and he used the R word, but I'm going to clean it up. He
Mhm.
said, mockingly, he was like, $50 million isn't really $50 million when you have cognitive issues.
Yeah. We'll call it CTE.
Yeah. He's like,
No,
well,
that's hilarious.
like 30 million isn't a lot when you spend it all,
Would
actually.
you?
That's what
Yeah, that actually, and also hookers. There's that. Because again, that's what a lot of they're blowing their money on women. A lot of it too. Like they keep leaving that part out. You know,
or
that's
they'll
that's the
just say
quiet part they're
like
not saying out loud.
when you after you buy the cars and the jewelry and the houses, I'm like, that's not in your contract. You don't have to
That's
do
You
that.
don't have to do that. You don't have to do that.
You
Like,
don't
what do you
have
what
to
do you
actually
mean?
live like a rapper. You can just be
Yeah,
normal.
it's right.
Um,
Because unlike a rapper, you can't tour for 50 years after you're done. You know what I mean?
Here's what
Yeah,
I
like
will say though. Go ahead.
so yeah, did you see the clip of Marshawn Lynch talking? He was like, I haven't spent any of my money that I made from football. He's like, I've been living off my endorsement money for years. Like he's like, take those local endorsement deals with Toyota and your city, wherever you're playing at, and you can live off that for, a certain amount before you even get to touch your NFL money if you know what you're doing.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, there's probably a strong sample and or selection bias. I don't know which one actually applies here. In that
Yeah.
athletes who are good with money would make for boring podcast hosts, so you just never hear from them.
Right.
Uh,
Correct.
because they don't, they didn't have the wild stories where they were in Vegas doing
Right.
crazy shit because they, bought a house in the suburbs and started a
Correct.
family. And so we're probably just only hearing from the dumb athletes, and
Right.
the
Yeah.
overwhelming majority of them were good with their money. They just don't have anything to talk about.
That's
Um,
that's that's probably true. I'm sure like of all the players, by and large, most of them have not actually gone broke. You know what I mean? Especially NBA players. I also think, uh, like you said, it's interesting a story, and it's like I'm gonna go in there and say like, hey, I'm not homeless. Like,
Yeah.
what's that episode gonna be about? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
Grant Hill is
it's
like,
crazy to
yeah,
me.
I married the singer girl that I was dating, and we just like bought a
Yeah,
house, and I don't know, I'm still rich. Like that's not interesting.
yeah, like it's right.
All right, you want to get into topic one?
Yeah. It actually kind of bleeds into perfectly into well into where we're transitions well into what we're talking about.
It's called programming, baby.
We do this. We do this for. We're not into this no more. Um, so I wanted to ask you, if your life was a sports franchise, what stage or phase are you in?
Uh, that's a good question. Um, I guess I only really thought of this through a professional prism, but I had it the
Okay.
Thunder in the sense that like the build was like great, and then you won the
Yeah.
championship, and then AI kind of threw a wrench in things, and I'm having
Hmm.
to learn new technology, and the AI is like the Wimby wrench, and I have to figure that out to get to the next
Got
step
you.
of where I want to
Okay.
go as far as professionally. So it was a wrench I didn't see coming. Like Wimby came out of nowhere, and you
Right.
gotta it's just a puzzle that you got to solve, and I'm pretty good at it. But yeah, I guess that was the first thing I thought of is like the best laid plans, you can't see a meteor coming, and like there's huge technological
Right.
disruption, and learning a new skill. Granted, I'm in my late 30s, so it's just learning a new
Hmm.
technology, experiencing technological disruption that you didn't see coming. I considered that like a Wimby to the programming.
Got you.
So, how
Okay.
about you?
Still thinking about it, to be honest with you. I guess I survived the tanking.
Okay,
I survived the tanking
okay.
that was 2019 to 2021. Uh, Made it through the rebuild. So right now I'm in the stage. I guess I'd say I'm made a couple playoff runs or made a couple, made to the playoffs a couple times. Right now I'm just kind of in a stage where I'm trying to like stack together like consistent good seasons
Yeah.
in terms of like becoming an actual contender. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So like I'd say I'm probably like the Atlanta Hawks right now. Like
Okay.
I've done some things, made a conference finals, a couple years ago, took a step back, made a big trade, got some talent now, you know what I mean? Uh, Went to the playoffs, scared, gave a contender a good scare, and now I'm kind of like, okay, where do we go from now in terms of building to where we're not sneaking up on people, we are, making an impact, and my presence is being felt.
You
Um,
think that's more like the Pistons though? Because like you went through some tanking
mm,
years, but you got Cade, so you have a plan, you have
yeah,
a solid foundation, and I just gotta go
yeah,
with some shooting. And you
mm,
went you beat the was it the Magic in the first round,
yeah,
and then you took the
yeah,
Cavs to seven, and so
right,
I think
okay,
it's
yeah, that's
more
a good
than
one. Yeah,
Atlanta
that's a good
because you
one.
actually have a foundational piece, which is Cade. And I don't think Atlanta has one yet. So
That is, you know
um
what, you're right. That's fair. That's a better comparison. Yeah, yeah. I'd say the Pistons then. Yeah, I'm kind of like uh ahead of schedule compared to the severity of the rebuild.
okay,
And so now I'm more just trying to figure out, okay, like what next steps do I need to take to get to where I really want to be? I have my routine, I have my schedule pretty much set in place. I mean, I can make some tweaks here and there and be more efficient, productive, as we all can. But I'm kind of got a good system set up in terms of my life for the most part. And now I'm just kind of figuring out, what pieces do I need to acquire? Pieces are they're not super hard gets, but they are important decisions. And it's kind of like, okay, how do I get to the point where I'm a one seed where I expect to be a one seed, and then I perform like a one seed, you know? Um,
so Detroit
so yeah,
has
so I'm just trying
a
to figure things out.
Detroit has a tough decision. Jalen Duren is
Mm.
dead weight, and they got to figure out what to do with him. So, who's a
Yeah.
Jalen Duren in your life? You don't have to answer
So their
that.
names are no, I'm kidding. No, no, no. It's
Is
funny you
there
say
a
this. I
Jalen
actually,
Duren? Is it like a thing that you want to name? It doesn't have to be a person. Is there a Jalen
right. Yeah,
Duren that you have
it's not so
to
much.
evaluate and figure out if this is part of the future?
Yeah, I'd say it's not so much a person, it's more so I guess more so habits.
Okay.
Like I really struggle with instant gratification, which just obviously does not that instant gratification has a really toxic relationship with success, right?
Yeah.
So, but I have a toxic relationship with instant gratification. So more so just focusing on doing the things that I need to do and not so much fixating on what I think I'm missing out on. Because I may not actually be missing out on anything, but in your head you think you are.
Yeah.
So you're like, I gotta, but sometimes you just gotta sit down for a little bit and like just get your shit together. Like I'm getting my stuff together. Um, I'm better. I'm at a better place now than I was a year ago, which is the point. The result, the work is the result if you
Yeah.
focus on it enough. You know what I'm saying? So I like where I'm getting to. I've kind of been reflecting and just like taking steps on, looking at where I was a year ago with my health and with the podcast and with just, my overall state of being. Um, but I'm also, again, I have that Gatsby complex where that green light is always there. And so I can always go for it, but you reach too much, eventually you're going to tear something. And
That
so
is
I'm
that's
trying
true.
to, I'm trying to, figure out that balance. I've always had a hard time with like moderation. So, um, yeah, I guess just like keeping my priorities in check and not focusing on what everybody else is doing. I can get to be because I'm hyper aware. I'm hyper aware, and that makes it when you compare yourself to other people, that makes it hard to really understand what your journey you're on because you're always looking at other stories. It's like, no, that's not my path. That's not my story. I'm not that character, but it looks cool to be that character. But that's not what I'm supposed to do. So just trying to remember that is something that I'm really working on.
And Instagram is not real life. So,
That too.
other
That
people
too.
just seeing your highlights. Here's a good time before we go to the next topic, since we're talking about sports. AJ DeBanza was number one pick to the Wizards. Darren Peterson was the number two pick to the Jazz. And
Damn.
yeah, that's pretty chalk. So
Okay. Yeah. Let's see
all
here.
right. Next topic is mine.
All
And so
right.
there's a debate online about people like as a child, did their parents use the N-word around them?
Yeah.
I just for the purposes of this not being edited and all that stuff, we're just gonna say N-word.
Yeah.
Because like programming. But
The people
you
who are in pairs.
yes, yes. And so did your parents use the N-word in your home?
Um, I've been trying to think about this for like last few days, and honestly, like for the most part, not really. Not when we were kids, at least. I mean, they may have used it in the course of like telling a story, like
Yeah.
I was this age when some white person called me this,
No,
or
I mean like
oh, like how we use it.
socially like we use it.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
got you. Okay. I mean, for the most part, it was like if I was with my dad at the barbershop,
Yeah.
or like if his boys from the barbershop were at the house, something like that. Like it was never like do your homework, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Um,
you know what I'm saying? Like it was very, very sparingly for the most part.
I understand we're all not a monolith. Let me answer the question first. Same.
Yeah.
It was I liken it to just like a curse word in the sense that like, did I hear my parents
Right.
curse? Yes. Were they walking around the house saying fuck shit? No. Like it's
Yeah. Certain words they weren't really saying very
yeah,
often
like
unless they
I'm
were
certain that they
pissed.
used it alone with themselves, but like
Right.
children, I don't curse around people's children, you know.
Right. Right.
It's
Yeah.
just like
Same.
it's a I don't know how raised right, but like I saw people say their parents called them like
What?
I was like again, we are not a monolith, and I'm
No, for
not.
sure.
Everyone was raised differently, I'm always interested in hearing how it worked with different people, but.
Right.
Uh, no, I didn't. I heard my parents say it. Did I as a child? Of course.
Hmm.
But like you said, it was always in the context of like if my dad's hanging with his brothers and they're
Right.
drinking on the porch and I'm like it felt like I was like doing something risque being around the grown-ups and like
Right. Right.
hearing
Right.
them
Yeah.
talk and or at the barbershop or something like that. But just like
Hmm.
casually around the house, no, not really. It was just another curse
Yeah.
word. Um, and so to this day, I don't even do you curse in front of your parents?
Yeah, but
I
it's
don't, man. I still don't.
we didn't. It was like a long time before we started. Like I'm in my 30s, so maybe like late 20s, if that. But like it's pretty sparingly. It's not like for example, like I was watching March Madness. I'm a Carolina fan, and we were blowing that lead, and I was screaming, like shoot it, bitch, or something like
Expletives,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, and my mom just was like, "Are you okay?" Like she thought I was like cussing somebody out or some shit. Like you know what I mean? Like some shit like that. Like if I don't, I'm not just like, "Hey, mom, so this bitch said," you know what I mean, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
No, my parents are churchy. My dad's a deacon and my mom, they go every Sunday.
right,
So like they're definitely like they're not overly religious in the sense that like it drives their, you know,
social life.
day-to-day social life. Well, most of their friends are church friends, but
Well,
they do
yeah.
regularly attend church. And so that
Mhm.
adds a layer to it. And that's just like, I don't know, man. Even at 38, I still won't curse in front of my parents. It still feels like wrong. I don't know. But
I feel you. Yeah, yeah, I don't really do it often for the most part. Unless we're just having like an intense conversation and we're all just like letting it fly. Not at each other, but just we let the guard down, so to speak.
fair enough. You want to go into the next topic?
Uh, yeah. Also, just saw Caleb Williams is going to Chicago.
That means Cameron Boozers went 3 to Memphis.
Let me check the rounds. I hate the way they do this. Yeah, Boozer went to Memphis,
Fair enough.
and I kind of feel bad for Caleb.
Used to be rich in
uh,
Chicago. He's up be all right. He'll be all right.
yeah, that's fair. That's
Um,
fair.
like,
I think he's gonna be really. I think he might be the best out of all of them. To be honest with you.
I think it's Cameron Boozer, but time will tell. What you got for this
Yeah, we'll
topic?
see. Um. Oh yeah. So I was. We took last week off for Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Happy us, free us, give us free. And I'm gonna put this on the rundown before, but you remember that there's a video, famous video of Jay-Z with Dame Dash and all them at
Yeah.
was it at Summer Jam, where he looks like a hostage, where it's like blink twice if you if you're being kidnapped. And you can tell in his face, just like, I gotta get away from these dudes, man. I'm too old for this shit. And then also just made me think of like everything Dame's been saying and doing for the last, 20 years.
Yeah.
Talk about expert discernment. And it just made me think of like, when did you know, was there a specific moment like that where you were with someone or with a group of people or like at a certain place where you were like, yeah, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, man. Circa I left Minnesota in 2012, so this would have
Mhm.
been I might have been summer 2012. I went to a Chief Keef concert. Uh, and I just scanned the room and I was like, this is a room of people with nothing to lose. Uh,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was a Wednesday night. My boy Freaky Zeke, shout out Zeke. He works in radio and promotions and stuff. So he was always getting us tickets and so this is Wednesday night back when
Yeah.
I would go out during the week and he's like, you want to pull up on Chief Keef? And sure, what the fuck else. Um, I just I just remember just sitting there and scanning the room, and I'd be like, the amount of firearms that are probably in here, like,
Yeah. Like
and
one wrong step literally,
I'm
and
just
that could be your
like,
last.
Chief Keef, the club closes at 2. Chief Keef, he didn't get on stage. He was in his
Yeah.
VIP booth, and someone just like handed him a mic, and he leaned over the balcony, and he did "Don't Like" 3 times in 15 minutes, and sat back down.
Right.
Drunk, high, whatever he was on a different
Yeah.
planet. And there was an energy in the area where I was just like, yeah, I don't think I can do this anymore. There's a couple of spots I've been to in Raleigh, I won't name them, where I just, you
Yeah.
know, when you walk in and you're just like,
I'm risking
okay,
it all right
yeah,
now.
it's just, you're in, there's just and it's not, it's just you want to be careful what you say because stereotypes are what they are, but you just know that this is a group of people who like if they spent the weekend in jail they wouldn't miss anything. Like there's
They
no
would not lose their job. They would not lose their
there's
job.
no
Yeah,
job
yeah.
to lose, there's no one looking, like
Or that.
it's just Monday morning they see the judge and they get out, and that's just their week. That's just how, like
Yep.
it's not. Whereas if you or I spent the week in the jail, that would be catastrophic. Like they would,
Yes.
it would be
Yes.
ruinous to our whole, because we have things to lose, and like you just
Yeah.
can't, like when you have nothing to lose, your decision making is influenced by that. Like you're not as conflict averse. You just,
Right.
and when you get into it with someone who has nothing to lose, you have, like they don't care.
Right.
And
Right.
so
Right.
like
Because they don't value
self-defense,
their life.
right? And so it's just is you just you got to avoid those places. And so
Yeah.
that was one thing I liked about moving to the South, is that there are black places full of black people who have things to lose.
Yes.
Like, I
Yeah.
can
That's why I'm
still
so
go
glad.
to, yeah, there's not all
Yeah.
the one same. I can go to black events with like
Right.
black people who are of similar ilk.
Right.
And
That was, I
like
think that
do
was part of why I loved open mic so much. It was like I can just be around black people, you know what I'm saying, that who have lives and futures and goals and families that they actually care about and provide for, so they don't do dumb shit.
the thing,
Uh,
it's just like, do you have to get up in the morning? Because if you don't,
right. Yeah. Yeah. Do you got to get up in the morning or not?
like,
Do
let me
you have
see
to go
your
to the
phone. Do you have an
gym,
alarm
go to
clock
work,
set? If you ain't
pick
got
up your
no alarm
kid? Like,
clock
yeah.
set,
Yeah. Yeah, that needs to be like a new
you just wake
litmus
up when
test
you wake
for
up. All
people
right.
you spend time with. Yeah, it's like have you seen that those clips on social media that have gone viral of like having adults read paragraphs out loud?
Yeah.
Let me rephrase it, not paragraphs, like two sentences, and they can't read it. And it's like people are like, we need to do this on dates now. It's like, let's also add showing alarm clock apps and see how many
Yeah.
alarms you have, because that will tell
Yes.
you the caliber of person that you're dealing with. If they
That
have
is true,
just one
man.
alarm, cut
If
it.
you if you ain't got no alarms, you just wake up when you wake up, and that's, you gonna have to explain that one to me. Because even if you
Yeah, man.
self-employed, own a business, you ain't got no meetings, you ain't got nothing, no contracts, nothing.
Right.
You just wake up. Okay.
Yeah, and even
Um,
on like weekends, I don't set my alarm so much for the weekends, but I'm gonna wake up at a certain time because my body is used to being up between 7 and 10 a.m. You know what I mean?
I have a
I may go
hard
back to
out at
sleep or take a nap,
9:30 on the
but
weekends. I have an alarm at
I feel you.
9:30, and normally I'm up before then, but like that's a hard out. Like
Yeah.
time to get up. No matter how rough my night was, 9:30 we need to get up and shake off the cobwebs. So how about you, man? You never actually answered the question. So sorry.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've had a few instances. Well, since you said we won't name names, I was there were it was the same place that we've been to,
Yeah.
separate times, and I was hanging out with some friends, and they were like, we were wanted to do something post game after a birthday party, whatever, and we were like, near a certain road in Raleigh, if you know, you know,
Yeah.
and they were like, yeah, let's just go. I was like, guys, please, 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 can we not? I was like, bro, I'll pay all of you. So we don't have to go here. And like Jordan, it's gonna be like I'm like, no, guys, you don't understand, guys. Guys. And they were like, no, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. And we had a good time, it was fine. But it was like, the whole
You
route
can
there, I
have a
was
good
like,
time in those places, but you just
you can.
know that you are assuming some risk.
Yeah, like the
Um,
whole time I was like, guys, I really don't want to get shot tonight. Like, come on, man. Like,
as soon
you
as
know what
you
I'm
hit the
saying? Like,
door, the weed is so loud, and you're just
yeah,
like, so y'all got to be smoking in here. There's no way this is
yeah.
parking lot weed
Oh,
in
for
here.
sure.
Like
Like,
it's
no,
so
no, no.
pungent. You have to be smoking in here.
And, and there was
Um,
a dude walking around with a wife beater on and a Kevlar vest, literally just like the 50 Cent
not
music
gonna be able to
video.
do it.
I was like, bro, if you need to have that on in here, don't be in here. Because who are you looking for? Like, what smoke are you expecting?
He has nothing to
You
lose,
know,
man.
well,
Uh,
yeah.
like it's just that's what he left the house to do, was to
Yeah,
bump into somebody and hope it escalates, because that's
correct.
what you do when you have nothing to lose.
Nothing to
So,
lose. Yeah, like I
um,
remember we were at the spot and I ran to a friend from high school, uh cool dude, whatever, and they knew another guy that we know from the spot. Uh I'll tell you off wax who it was. And they were having a conversation about certain organizations and using terms and shit. And I jokingly was just like, I don't know nothing about that. My dad hugged me. I don't know anything about what y'all talking about right now. My dad played catch with me in the yard.
um, all right, we can move on from that now. So I saw this prompt on Twitter, and I sent it to you, and let me know what you think. Name one experience that's been ruined. Well, name an experience. You're gonna name more than
Yeah.
one. Name an experience that's been ruined because it's too expensive now. And she says, "I'll start live concerts," which I kind of disagree with, but nonetheless,
Yeah.
she said, I still remember when you could see great bands for like $20 a ticket. Let me just start. You could see
Lying.
bands for
That
twenty
was
dollars a ticket. They
yeah,
weren't any
great.
ones that you know.
Yeah.
You can still see
Like
a band for $20.
right. Yeah. She sounds like the people who were like, I saw Michael Jackson in the 80s for $40. Yeah, that I do. That is true. I've seen the ticket stubs. That's not what she's talking about.
Right.
You know.
You didn't see Green Day in 1999 for $20. I don't believe you.
No, you did not. No, 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 no.
You know,
We
like,
might
give
have
me a
paid
break.
it. It was less for 100, but you
Right,
wasn't
for
paying for no
sure.
fucking
It
20,
wasn't no
30
20.
bucks.
But what you got for
Yeah.
answers?
So I had a couple. I wanted to kind of mostly go off the cuff with this one. The first one I thought of was traveling.
Got that
Just
one on
like
here.
all the fees, and then you got like you have to use a third party apps for hotels. Because you use third party apps for hotels, you can't cancel or reduce the time stays. That money's spent.
Why do you use
The
third-party apps
flights,
for hotels?
you can get points and stuff. And
Oh,
it's
okay.
cheaper than the actual hotel stay itself. It's just
Gotcha.
less flexibility.
I book directly
Um,
with hotels specifically because I wanted someone to talk to if things go wrong.
I feel
So
you. Yeah, yeah. I learned my lesson. What was I gonna say? Yeah, the flights. The flights are obviously much more expensive, and there's the fees and the extra bags and all that stuff. Uh, you got Ubering to and from. The Ubers when you're on vacation because you're not from there. They do all that
yeah.
weird shit where they'll take the longest way possible and shit to try to run up the tab on you. Yeah, I'd say traveling is the first thing that came to mind for me. And then the second one was home ownership. That's it feels like that's like gonna become like an archaic thing at some point. You know what I mean?
Um, I had travel down here because I responded to someone said domestic travel, the value just isn't theirs, and I was like specifically domestic because
Yeah,
I
right.
was looking to get away next month. Just needed I just want to spend 4 days being a degenerate,
Yeah.
and basically a 4 day getaway in any major American city is like $1,500 now.
Yes.
And it's like,
Yes.
you might as well go to Europe. Like, there's no value here. Like, I could go to
Not
fucking
at all.
Greece for 2,000. So why would I like spend
You
$1,500
yeah,
for a
yeah,
weekend
you
in
can
Philadelphia? Like, it
that's
doesn't,
about to say you can go on a cruise for 3 days.
it's just like I could go to Cancun all inclusive and sit on a beach for 4 days for less than a weekend in Atlanta. Like, it's
Yes.
like
Yes. Exactly.
between like Vegas, hotels are $200 a night. Your flight's $500, and so I mean you're at $1,500
Right.
between hotels and flight. And look, I like Vegas a lot, but I like Vegas when it was like a cheap bro weekend. It's not a luck. If I'm
Right.
paying luxury prices, Vegas just isn't. I don't
Yeah.
see the value. I used to show up when I lived in SoCal. I used to me and my boy Zeke. He would get to Vegas for cheap. I can't really say how, but he would get to Vegas for
Yeah.
cheap, and I would meet him there, and I could show up Friday with $500 and it would last me
Hmm.
all weekend. And I didn't, I mean, obviously there's certain things you couldn't do, but
Right.
I didn't feel like I was missing anything. Like I could
The
eat what I wanted to
experience.
eat, drink what I wanted to drink. We could gamble a little bit. 500
Hmm.
bucks a whole weekend. Shit, try that shit now. Like,
You be you have to go home.
yeah, like your first night you burnt. Like you just
You done like
you
you're
waking
done.
up like, okay,
Yeah,
so
man.
like, what are we gonna do the rest of the weekend? We can just watch TV. Like it's like,
Yeah, I want to Netflix and chill.
yeah, on vacation. Like you go, yeah,
Yeah, dude.
I used to show up to Vegas with $500 and had a ball. I didn't feel broke. Like I thought
Hmm.
that was more than enough money for me to do everything I wanted to do.
Yeah,
It's just not. I just don't see the value in it. Like I looked at
right.
going to a few different cities and I'm just like, dude, I might as well just go on a real vacation. Like it's not
Yeah,
worth it at this price point. So you got another one?
and that's what sucks is because like I remember someone pointing out that uh people who live in the States, part of the reason why we may or may not feel the need to travel abroad as much is because US is a huge fucking
Yeah.
continent, and our states are the size of countries, some
Right.
countries, and so you can literally just go to like we have 50 individual provinces we can
Yeah.
visit and experience, and you know what I mean. And now it's kind of been ruined because it's like, okay, yeah, like you said, I can go to Vegas and blow a bag, or I could go to Europe
And have an
for
experience with
fucking
it.
4 days and be in front of the Eiffel Tower, and then go to fucking Versailles, and you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's kind of ruined it. Well, it's ruined a lot of things, but it's ruined the novelty of being in a country this big.
Yeah, you used to be able to just pop into a city on a Friday, maybe Thursday night if you
Mhm.
took Friday off of work, and kick
Right.
it through Sunday. Um, you know, we'll just with $500, give or take.
Yeah.
And look, was you balling out buying bottles? No, but you was straight. You could eat,
You were
you
still
could
good. You were
drink,
having a good time.
you had a good time. You didn't feel like
weren't
you was
you
missing
weren't
anything.
counting meals and shit.
Yeah, like you found places to cut your corners. Like you would eat the hotel breakfast instead of going out to breakfast every morning. That's an easy way to save $30, or
Right.
buy bottles for the room pregame. Little shit that you do
There's little shit to do.
when you trying to vacation on the low. And but it
Right.
never felt like true corner cutting. It just felt like smart
Yeah.
way to stretch your money. And now you can't really you need to have real bread to travel now, like in a way that
Yeah.
it didn't used to be that way. Um and it sucks because I used to fucking pop out all the time. Portland, Vegas, other places, and it was a good time. It was, I used to go home to Minnesota a lot more when it was cheap to go there and back
Right.
but now it's like I'm not gonna spend
For
$1,000
2 days.
to go sit in my hometown and wait on everybody else to get off work. Like I could
Right.
just go to Charlotte with that and party, or I could go to, it just makes it harder to go home as
Yeah.
much as I used to because the price point going home's supposed to be a little cheap link with your, family, and it's just not anymore.
And you can't even do that.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, yeah, like one of my good friends, she lives in Charlotte now, but she lived in Houston for a minute. And I was like gonna visit her, make plans. I started looking at flights, and I was like, "Ooh," like because it's like if you don't, let's say you can't get a Monday off or a Friday off, you're like, okay, well, I guess I'll just just have to fly in, fly out type shit,
Yeah.
whatever. But it's like, okay, by the time you spend $1,000 on the flight and like food, I would stay with her because like she had a place, whatever, like lodging. Okay, cool. You can't experience the city of Houston, and
Yeah.
everything there is crazy expensive, and it's also a vibe. So it's like I'd rather just stay home and like ball out here than go somewhere cool and be at fucking TGI Fridays.
Yeah, and it's like it's one thing to pop in and out of a city for, a little Friday to Sunday swing, get out,
Right.
catch a Friday afternoon flight, get there 5 o'clock, catch a Sunday night flight. You might be in the city 48 hours and, a little change. It's one thing to do
Hmm.
that for $500, but for 1,500, I'd rather just take a real vacation.
Yeah, you're
If I'm already
yeah.
it just gets the value is I'd have had no problem popping into a city because then you could do it a couple times. I'll do this when I'm in the city this time. I'll say that for next
Yeah.
time. But now it just gets to the point. I got another one, man. I just feel like quietly restaurants became a scam and like we don't talk about it.
Yeah.
What's going on with restaurants?
No, you're right because I so I my check hits on Mondays, and so I like was just like I didn't feel like going anywhere to get food. I also just didn't feel like making anything 'cause I've been like making a lot of food. And so I was just like gonna on DoorDash whatever, and I was like really hungry. So they say never go shop on an empty stomach. It's like I also don't order food on an empty stomach. But so I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna order this and this. And by the time all the fees came up, it's like $50, and I'm like, what?
Dude, I was talking to my boy. He was like, this is like we have this conversation a lot. He was like, dude, date night, got a sitter. Wife and I, we go to an Italian restaurant.
300.
He was like, we got uh calamari appetizer, we split it. She got lasagna, I got chicken parm. I had two drinks, she had one drink. It was fine, pleasant, nothing remarkable, just whatever. Like I'm not in
A
a
good
rush to eat it
restaurant.
again. $150. And like we're walking to the car and we're both like, why do we do this? Like, why? this is a scam. Like none of
No,
that
it feels like
was
a pyramid scheme.
like anything I have to have again. It was all
Yeah.
fine, like whatever. But like we just spent $150 for lasagna and chicken parm and like a lukewarm calamari, really?
Yeah. Lukewarm calamari is crazy.
Like what is the point? I don't and I just
Yeah,
dude,
man.
I'm telling you, man, I can't. You go on a date, you can't get out of any restaurant for under 100 and something bucks now.
No, 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 no. Not at all.
It's just I don't like. Someone tweeted today. He was like, "Since when is six chicken wings $16?"
Yeah,
What?
dude. It's
I just don't order chicken wings at restaurants anymore because it's just like I'm not doing this.
yeah.
We've had this conversation before at a bar, me, you, and Lewis, and we were just like, we have to start saying no to some of this stuff
Right.
because no, I'm not paying you $22 for 10 chicken wings. I'm just not.
Right.
There's no way your teriyaki sauce is that good. I'm not doing it. I'm just not participating in this.
Because you use the same one we buy at the store. So
It, it gets to a point where it's like, dude, I went to one spot, um, and I got a 10 piece. And I'm like, let me get mango habanero and garlic. I might have told this story on the pod before because I'm old.
mhm.
Mango habanero and garlic parm. And she was
Yeah.
like, well, 10 piece, only one sauce. First of all, that's not industry standard, but whatever. She's like, but what you
Wait,
can
what?
do is get two 5 pieces and get one sauce on each of the 5 pieces. And of course, if you add the two 5 pieces together, it's more than the one
It's
10
more
piece.
than the 10
And I'm
piece.
like, what the fuck? Is this the mob? Does the mob run this restaurant? Like, who is
Yeah,
Tony
yeah, yeah,
Soprano
yeah.
back there? This is a
Yeah, it's
shakedown.
weird.
You're really trying to finagle me into
No, that's how they get
paying
you.
two
Is
dollars
you
extra
you
because you
can't
don't want a
split the
sauce.
flavors. That's how they
It,
get you. Yeah.
it's just like, dude, this is a shakedown. Like, this is
Yeah,
starting to feel like you might as well have a gun in my
you're
face.
right. At one of the other spots I go to, they don't do wings by the number, they do like wings by the pound.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, cool, let me get a half pound of and I was like, can I get a half pound of lemon pepper, a half pound of like honey hot or whatever? And they're like, oh no, you can only get one flavor per like half pound. And I'm like, so I gotta buy two pounds just to get two
Well,
flavors.
yeah. It just what mechanism back there is such that you can't give me two flavors on that every other restaurant does? Like it would be one thing if I
Yeah,
was
I
asking
don't.
for something out of the ordinary, but the
Yeah, if you
industry
ask for two
standard,
flavors of a five piece, that wouldn't make any sense.
correct. But like industry standard is a 10 piece is two sauces, but you've just like
Correct.
finagled a way to get an extra dollar out of me, and
No, that's nuts.
it just we gotta. I just be eating at the crib, man. Like
No, I feel you.
I have just started. I can't like I was the same boy I was talking to when he said he went out for Italian. I was like, if you go to 10 restaurants, how many do you leave going, wow, that was an amazing experience?
Right. Yeah.
Why do we do this?
Yeah.
Like,
Why do we do this?
like, why do we do this?
Why do
If you
we
go to
do
10
this?
restaurants, you might leave one going, wow, that was really great. That
Yeah.
was a great experience. That food was really, really
Yeah.
good. Most of it is pleasantly mediocre. Like you're like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Why do we
Right.
do this? Like, I just don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's,
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah. You
Yeah, that's crazy.
think about it. Like, it's not even good. And we just, I don't get it, man. I'm single, so it's where you go for dates. So
Right.
I participate in it, but like by myself, I couldn't even call it.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's true.
I told you about the the girl who took me out for my birthday. It was for
Yeah.
lunch, and she just like I have to do something for your birthday. I'm like, fine, whatever. And
Yeah.
uh, we it was like I got two drinks, she got a Coke. We split an app, and we got two entrees. And I remember it's a couple hours later. She's like, "Can you believe that was $150?" I was like, "Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's
Right.
that's what it costs."
Yeah.
Women don't know what anything costs. I was like, "Yeah, that's." It's like, is that what you have to pay? Yeah, it is. Yeah, thank you. Though. I appreciate it. Happy birthday.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's funny. I was joking around with like my siblings or whatever, and I was like, yeah, what people don't realize like when you're like a man dating, it's almost like having a kid because you got to like buy two of everything, you know?
you ever see those IG reels where he's like, being he's like breakups are tough, but I'm eating out alone and my tab's $23. This is actually not
Yeah, so,
bad.
yeah,
He's always
yeah,
just like
yeah.
sitting there with like his chicken tenders and his fries and his drink, and he's like, I'm leaving this restaurant. My tab's only $23, so this breakup
Yeah,
ain't so bad.
and it became a whole thread of like guys saying all the shit they were grateful for once they like realized that even though the breakup sucks, they're like what they were like forgot that they liked. They're like, it's great having a nice being at a nice restaurant, and not having anyone ruin the experience of the meal.
It's actually nice to not have to monitor someone else's alcohol intake when I'm out partying. Like I could just
Right. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't like have to make sure she's straight because women can't handle their liquor, and it's
Yeah,
like let
right.
me make sure she's not doing too much.
Hmm.
Ooh, I can just take care of myself because
You don't
or
have to
the
worry about
like
like having to fight nobody possibly because dudes
I
are
don't have to worry
dudes.
about like I'm just I'm only responsible for my safety, and
For
that's
me,
actually kind of
yeah.
nice. It's a nice change of pace.
I remember I saw this comment on Twitter like 2 weeks ago, and it was about similar to like the similar vein as that, and this guy was like, "Y'all don't know." He's talking to women. He was like, "Y'all don't know what we go through to make y'all happy." And this guy was like, "Spending your last, and she don't even know it, and she like complains the whole time you're on the date." And I'm like, "Bro, that's real."
All right, enough of our she-man woman haters club. You want to go to the next topic?
Yeah, so this is about how women deserve equal pay.
Yeah. They do. We are
They do.
equal
They
pay
do.
advocates.
And we go out of our way not to talk about dating discourse or red pill
And it
content, you know
wasn't
what I'm
even on
saying?
the rundown. It was just where we took the
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah. Shout out to our women listeners. I think that's actually most of our fan base, actually.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
there's a few dudes who text me about the pod, but the vast majority of the conversation I have about the pod is with female listeners. So thank you
yeah,
very
same.
much
So
to
shout
all
out
of
to
our
you,
listeners.
ladies. Love you guys.
And the drinks are on me
Um,
when we link because you are women, and that's what I'll do. So there you
yeah, drinks are on us when we link.
go. So,
You want free drinks? Listen to the pod.
yeah, there you go. Within reason, and only
Oh, yeah,
women.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, only women. And no cosmopolitans.
I don't even know what's in a cosmo. Next topic.
I actually have
What
no
we
idea. I've actually never seen one before. I don't know. Let me see.
never seen one in the
What was our
wild.
next question? Me either. Okay, yeah, I remember. So I was gonna do some grocery shopping this week. Trying to, eat better and not eat out as much and stuff. And I wanted to think, I was like trying to figure out what to get. So it got me thinking like, what are some of your like go-to like recipes or go-to like simple recipes, especially when you like don't have a lot of time or if you're just like got a lot of shit going on.
Um, lasagna is a good set it and forget it recipe.
Mm.
You looking for like gym friendly recipes or just like things that are easy to cook?
Okay,
Or
so I'll do two categories.
okay,
Okay, so like when you first like felt like, okay, this is what I'm comfortable making that I know is gonna be good,
okay,
and then this is what I'm comfortable making for my health journey.
okay. Off the bat, everybody should know how to make a pot of spaghetti because you can heat that shit up all
Oh, for
week.
sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, a meatloaf that holds really well. I made a meatloaf Monday or yesterday. Get off from the gym, throw it in the oven, hour, 15
Mhm.
minutes, put on a pot of rice, good to go. I can eat that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Um, Baked chicken, get the big pack of chicken breasts from Harris
Mhm.
Teeter and section it up, buy in bulk because it's cheaper that way. But while it's defrosted and you get it, put it in individual portions and then freeze them, and that way you can just take one down and cook it just for yourself when you have time.
Got you.
Um, Ground beef tacos with the Ortega packets, can't go wrong with those.
Nope.
Beef and rice. Sometimes I'll cook the ground beef, take it out, put an onion in the pot, let it cook in the beef fat, and onion, garlic, whatever. If there's a pepper in the refrigerator, I'll put that in
Hmm.
there. Then put some rice in there, put some beef back in there, put some water in there, and just let the rice cook. And it'll just like be. It's basically like homemade hamburger helper.
Right.
Um, uh, yeah, I mean those are like good starter dishes. Any
Hmm.
pasta, just ground beef, chicken breast. Yeah, those are good starter dishes, I would say.
Okay.
Different things you can do with ground beef. You can do a pot of spaghetti. You can do ground beef tacos. You can
Yep.
do meatloaf. You can do a
Those
lot of
beef
stuff.
bowls.
Roast beef bowls. With the chicken breast, you can do a soup. You can do chicken and rice. You can do
Yeah.
chicken, rice, and gravy. Chicken and peppers. Just a lot of different stuff you can remix. How about you?
Um, Go-to recipes. I'm weird. I mean, I always love breakfast food, so like I could eat that any time of day, honestly. Omelets, scrambled eggs, whatever, potatoes, bacon, sausage links. I love sausage links. Other recipes. I mean, obviously anything with pasta is, it's good to do. It's pretty easy. It's pretty simple. Can't really fuck that up for the most part. Just get through the noodles, get you some sauce, or if you want to do the meat and sauce, that's fine too. What else? I've really gotten into like hot pot. Do you know what that is? It's like
Yeah,
ramen. Yeah,
yeah.
ramen slash pho, pretty much. I've gotten into that a lot lately. Haven't done as much because I keep forgetting to like re-up on my noodles. So I got to buy like a big pack of those. Also want to buy. Got to figure out if there's a kit I can buy with all the stuff in it, because that way you just don't have to keep being like, oh, I need this, this, and this, and this, and you kind of need a lot of shit. But I
Gochujang
love
sauce
that.
and hoisin sauce and yeah,
Yeah, you need
sesame
beef.
oil and all that shit.
Yeah, sesame oil, all the spices. You can buy like the flavor packs. They're like
Yeah.
little cubes you put in the water and stuff. But I'm looking for a way if someone has like a kit with like just the food stuff that you need, so which kind of cut down the food prep time, which would be nice.
Have
Because I
you
feel
gone
like
to
that's
an
half the
Asian
battle.
market? Um,
No, I have not.
there's an
I should do
Asian
that.
grocery store in Cary, um, near Shiny
Yeah, I think there's one in
Diner,
Briar Creek too.
and they
Okay,
have everything you need. Don't get
okay,
any of their hot food though. That area sucks, but it's like an Asian grocery store is where you can
got
get
you.
all of it. I'm sure
Okay,
that any spice they have, and so
yeah, yeah.
if you need Asian stuff, go there. If you need Mexican
Mhm.
stuff, La Bonita off of East Chatham is a Mexican
Okay,
grocery store that has a lot of good stuff.
okay. Yeah, hot pot. What else do I like to make? I'm pretty simple. I mean, I love Rubens.
Okay.
Those are like good, simple like things to make. I just like love deli food for some reason. What else? What else? What else?
I love a turkey sandwich from a deli.
Me too. Um, I mean, I've been eating like a lot of broccoli and salads and stuff lately, so just get real creative with my salads. Um, which helps with like snacking.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I'll just be like, okay, let me just get like some protein and then put it on lettuce and then chop up some other shit. Um, what else? What else? That's all I got off the top of my head right now. I'm
Yeah,
sure there's something I'm
snacking is
forgetting.
where it kills you. You don't even have to eat that clean as long as you just eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's if you the snacking in
Yeah,
between is that shit adds up, man.
no, that's facts. Because
To the
snack
point
food
where
does not fill you up at all.
I just don't even buy them anymore because like
Yeah,
you eat the food that's available to you, right? And that's
yeah,
why meal prepping is so popular is because if you bring your lunch to work, you're less inclined to go out to lunch because you have it. And that's to say you won't. No
right.
one, like sometimes you're just gonna not feel like eating that shit, but you give yourself the opportunity. And
Yeah,
I don't care who you are, man. If those spicy or nacho Doritos are in your house when you get a craving for a snack, you're gonna eat them.
yeah,
Now, are you going to get dressed, get in your car, and drive to the store and buy them and eat them? Maybe, maybe not, but you're giving yourself the opportunity to say no. If they're in your fridge,
right.
you're gonna eat them. It's just
Yeah,
there's
that's true.
no or
Um,
on your fridge, not you don't put chips in the fridge, but like if they're within
right.
arm's reach, you're going to eat them. And if you build up some friction, you might say no half the time. But that's a win
And
because
that's
it's half
still
that's a win because you're not going
right.
you eat half the chips that you would have eaten. So I don't
Yeah.
really buy snacks in the crib. Not often. I'm not perfect, but I just you eat the food that's available to you. And so,
Mhm.
if I want a cookie, I have to bake them basically. I have the stuff to make them, but like
Right.
sometimes I ain't gonna feel like doing that all the time. So I just don't make them.
By the time you get done, are you even gonna want the cookies?
Or you're gonna want two of them because you've waited so long the craving has passed and instead of six of
That's
them.
true
And
too.
so
Yeah, that's something I've really been like. Look, I watch a lot of like YouTube and shit during work and stuff. So I'll watch like random nutritionists talk about dieting and shit like that, or whatever, or just like people who've gone through their own health journeys. And like someone said, uh, like your body's gonna crave salt and sugar. Like that's just what your body's gonna do. But it's like you got to find ways to like kind of curb that. So like for the sugar cravings, they were like get like diet sodas because like that'll take away the sugar craving, and you're not getting any calories. So, it's less work you have to do physically to get that off your body.
I keep a
And then
case
even
of
like with the
Gatorade
salt
Zero in the
stuff.
fridge, man. Gatorade Zero is a
Yeah,
lifesaver.
yeah.
I don't even know how it works, how something that tastes
Mhm.
that good can be 0 calories. I'm
Yeah,
just
it's so
waiting
crazy, man.
on me to find out I'm drinking like liquid cancer. But until
Right.
I until that happens, I'm gonna keep
Liquid
drinking them.
sodium.
So
Yeah, and even
uh
like with the salt craving, somebody said like just get some potatoes, slice them up, put a little garlic salt on them, put them in the air fryer, and that'll kind of take care of your need to fucking have a bunch of actual chips, or whatever you would maybe eat instead. Which is I haven't done that yet, but yeah, I've been trying to like find subtle ways to curb the need for things that are not going to actually serve me. That's the hardest part.
um yeah. What was I gonna say? Now I lost my train of thought. You got anything else?
Uh, well, see, so we're like at like the almost a half year mark. I'm officially significantly, not significantly, but officially like under 250,
Okay,
which is good.
congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. I've been doing like more recomp, I think probably. So I look different, but my weight has not changed a lot. Um, which feels good. I can see the results. I'm getting close to my goals. And then once I get to my goal, I'll change that too. So like that feels good. And I kind of started to like tell myself, okay, like if I'm not working out a lot, that I need to eat healthier, like
Yeah.
significantly, so to like offset you know, the lack of work physically. So that helps too. And also just like remembering where I was at.
Yeah.
So at least I don't get back to that point. Like even if you're not losing weight, I'm trying to make sure like I'm not gaining weight either.
Yeah.
That too is a win because like people like gain weight during the summer, during the wintertime. I lost weight during the winter, so like now I'm you know in a better place.
You look good, man. Congratulations. And
Thanks, bro. I appreciate it.
keep going on the journey, baby. It's hard, but it's worth it. So
Yes,
congratulations.
absolutely.